The Very Little Girl by Phyllis Krebslovsky. Once there was a little girl who was very, very, very little. She was smaller than a rose bush. She was smaller than the garden fence. She was smaller than her wagon. She was smaller than her mother's desk and smaller than a rake. She was too little to ride on the merry-go-round. She couldn't feed the lamb at the petting zoo. She couldn't swing on her swing, or reach the cookie jar in the kitchen. She had to have a special little chair to sit on, and a special little table to eat at, and a special little bed to sleep in. She was smaller than all the other little girls on her street. But one day she could swing. She could carry a big bag of groceries. She was bigger than her dog. And bigger than her wagon. The very little girl began to grow bigger. She grew bigger than the rose bush. She could climb over the garden fence. She could even rake the leaves by herself. She was big enough to go on the merry-go-round. And feed the lamb at the petting zoo. She could even see on top of her mother's desk. She could get a cookie all by herself. She grew too big for her special little chair and her special little bed. Now she ate at the big table with her mother and father. And she had a new big bed. She was no longer a very little girl. She was big enough to play with the other girls on her street. Now she was big enough to be the big sister. To her brand new baby brother. Who was very, very, very little.